Welcome back to Sales Made Easy. It's your friend in business, marketing, and sales fundamentals, Devon Gall here. It is my intention with this video and all of my videos to help you build your wealth, help you escape the matrix and the rat race. I'm giving away this knowledge for free. So just a quick PSA, a quick reminder, have a notebook, write it down, make your future important. No one else, I'm gonna tell you right now, as your friend, no one cares if you're successful except for you, all right? So take your future seriously, take your success seriously. You've already looked up sales training, so write it down, steal this information. That's all I did this last decade was steal good information from top performing sales people, all right? So what we're gonna do today is talk about the comparative analysis. This is just one way to make a sale. This is a proven method. I've seen so many people be so successful with this. I've seen top 10% people use this exact strategy, earning $10,000 plus in commission every single month, earning six figures for themselves and for their families. All right. Now, this isn't the only way to make a sale, but one common theme I've seen in different companies and different sales processes for all different products and services that I've been involved in is all the top people, the top 10%, the top earners, the people that make 80% of the income for commission, that take that home for themselves, they all have a process. They have steps that they follow. So these are your steps. These are the guide rails to help you get back on track. Because when you're doing a sale, sometimes you start wandering off with the customer. This is to help you get right back on track. 7 easy steps. It's called the comparative analysis. So first we're going to start over here with your intro. So when you go in, you're meeting, you're sitting down with the customer, you've already got them into your sales funnel. Now this is like the big presentation you're going to demo your product, you're going to demo your service, and you're going to get the signature, you're going to get the contract signed, you're going to sign the deal right here. So you need a great intro. I like to just start off with introducing myself, asking, what their name is if I haven't gathered that information yet. If somebody else set the deal up for me, it depends. Just make sure I'm meeting everybody, all the decision makers, and introducing myself, being just warm and friendly. A couple of the main key things here is a big smile, big eye contact, big enthusiasm. These smile, eye contact, enthusiasm, these are going to be throughout the entire presentation, but you're going to want to make sure you're kicking it off the right way, because how many times do you got to make that first impression, right? So, big handshake. I like a big strong handshake standing up. Your image is so important. You're looking great. You're not rushing to this meeting. You're not fumbling to this meeting. You are completely prepared. You've done your pre-appointment, pre-demo homework, and you're showing up looking great and feeling great, right? No, not too hungover, right? So make sure you're going in and you give them the right energy right off the bat, all right? Now, number 2 is you're going to start talking about what they already got, right? Because usually they have a solution in place for what you're selling. So it's called your competitor breakdown. What do they have? What is the value of their current product or service? Understand every little detail that you can. Gather as much information as you can at this point. The goal is you're deep diving, and as you're doing this, you're asking discovery questions. You're using the question-based selling, as we call it, and then you're also really identifying their hot spots. What's most important to them, right? What really is what's maybe you're identifying something that's lacking in their current service, or identifying what's really, really important to them for their current service. It might not even be important to you. It might not be important to the majority of customers you speak to, but this is called your customer hotspot. So you got to find out what matters to them, right? And then later on, you're going to be talking about just those things, all right? And then I like to end this part with just asking this simple question: what do you like most about your current setup? What do you like most about it? And then they usually give you a bunch of great information to save and use this for later. Right now we're collecting information, right? We're not closing. Big mistake a lot of people make here. They say, oh, you don't have this, I can do this. Oh, you don't have that, I can do this. Oh, you're paying this much for that. They try to jump right into the selling part here. Don't do that. You're just gathering info at this point. Competitor breakdown. Number 3, competitor pricing. All right. What is their current solution or product or service cost them? Do they know where all the money's going? Do they just pay one lump sum? Do they know how that money breaks down? Do they know why it costs as much as it does cost? Try to get a bill, try to get an invoice, try to find out exactly an itemization of where their money's going. Now you're identifying certain different aspects of maybe wasteful spending. Ideally, sometimes it's not there, sometimes it's all just one lump sum. But you're just finding out what is the current price, what's the current price for their product or service, right? And again, we're not selling, we're not saying we can beat this price, we're not saying, well, we can do better, we're not saying any of that kind of crap. We're not dropping our pants right here. We're gonna just identify the consumer's or the customer's current setup, right? And what their competitor setup looks like. Now we're going to move on to the transition. We're going to have a transitional phrase here. We figured out exactly what they have. This is their setup. This is how much it costs. This is what they like about it. If they could change anything, this is what they would change about it. And then we're going to have a transitional phrase. So I like to say just something very simple. It could be just one sentence. This is how we would set you up today. This is how we set our customers up today. This is what we do for our customers. This is what we do for our people, however you want to say it. But you transition into your side now. And now it's just like the mirror image of what you just did. It's going to be your breakdown or our breakdown. This is what my company, this is what my product or service, this is the value it has. This is what we can do X, Y, and Z. You're currently only getting X and Y right now, but we can do X, Y, and Z. We're not saying that yet. We're not going to indicate that yet, but maybe they only got X and Y, but we're going to offer X, Y, and Z. We're going to post that up there, make sure people are visual. I like using a visual for this kind of stuff, but we're not going to just hammer this is how we beat them. That's not the point of this right now. You're just literally just showing them what you're offering, and you're being very nonchalant about it. And this is just how we do it. This is how we do it. All right. So you got your breakdown, your setup, your value, right? This is your value statement, right? Then we go into the pricing. Then we go into what is our full price? This is where I like to break it down to every individual little cost possible that I can reveal, right? So I want to show the customer exactly where the money's going. So then they feel like, okay, I understand you have a lot of value and I see where all the money's going. Instead of just throwing like, here's this one number, here's just this one number and that's it. I want them to understand what they're purchasing. And you know what this does? You're building massive trust when you're doing this, when you're being upfront about it. Especially, you're going to want to do this. It seems counterintuitive, but you want to do this when you cost more, all right? So when you cost more, you show them where the money's going. You show them why it costs more, right? And then we're going to go into the final piece here. So we got our breakdown, we got our pricing. Now we're going to go into the close, all right? So big mistake with closing I see is people want to give out discounts. Even if you have automatic discounts, keep them, save them. These are bullets. You don't want to waste your bullets yet, all right? We want to find objections, and that's what the closing process is you're going to start fishing out objections and finding out why haven't they switched yet? Because if you're truly offering a superior product or service, they should have already switched, right? Makes sense, but why haven't they yet? So this is where we're going to be fishing. So there's the big thing we want to do is close on full retail price, meaning you have a better system, you have a better product, you have a better whatever. You're going to be costing more, right? If you buy a very nice whatever versus a medium or a dumpy whatever, the nice thing costs more, right? So don't be afraid of showing that you cost more. This is a big mistake I see middle of the pack and lower performers do. They're so scared of showing the full price. They're like terrified of being more money, when you should embrace that fact. Of course we're more money because we are better. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm here. I'm here to solve all your needs. That's why you even took this demo in the first place, is because your needs aren't being met, right? But of course you're going to have to, you get what you pay for, right? So if you want to keep a medium level service, you're going to have that medium level price like you're currently paying, right? I'm not saying these things to the customer, but these are things you're implying right now, all right? So sell on full retail price. Don't go into discounts. Don't go into giving up the farm yet, all right? The next thing we want to do is, before we get into the closing loop, all right, and that's a whole video in itself. You can check out my previous videos to see that. But before you go into the closing loop itself, and which means we're starting to drip feeding the discounts and the incentives out here. But before you even give out your first discount or your first incentive, recap the value. Go back. Say, now this is where we say, hey, you're getting X and Y right now. This is great. But you want Z. And you want these extra features that we offer, right? So of course, this is where we're showing them why we're costing more money, is because we offer higher value. We hire a superior product or service, right? So you don't want to just go immediately and say, oh, well, here we're cheaper because we got a discount. Oh, it's a special event because we're doing a discount. You know what you're cheapening yourself, you're cheapening your product, you're cheapening your service. And now they're going to tell you they need to think about it, all right? So sell on the full price, look them in the eye, sell them high, watch them buy, they used to tell me, right? Not saying we're not going to ever use discounts here, but at this crucial moment of the close, and we just showed them the full price, we need to stand on that ground and stand behind that full price. So make sure you're doing that and you're not just jumping to the close or jumping to the discounts and hoping they'll sign the deal because you give them some kind of incentive or something, some little silly little gift card or something, right? If they're signing some kind of big multi-year contract, who cares about a gift card, right? It works. The incentives and discounts do work and they do help, but make sure you're using them the right way and using them strategically, because now we've drawn out multiple objections. And we've shown them full price and we've stood our ground. And now we can start saying, okay, we got deals. We got some kind of special deals right now. All right. So that's the best way to make a sale. Sell on full price, understand what they have fully, understand what it costs them completely. All right. So that's their side, and then transition with excitement, transition with enthusiasm. Hey, this is what we can do for you. Hey, this is what we cost, and this is why we cost this much, because we have this, that, and the other thing. And this is our full price, and we stand behind that full price. And yes, we know we're a little bit more expensive because we're better, right? Now, another quick advice here before we end is don't bash your competitor. Okay, whoever they have, don't sit there and say, oh, they're terrible or they're this or that. Even if it's true, even if they are terrible or awful. Don't say that, because the customer has them right now. So now you're implying the customer makes bad decisions. which is going to destroy your trust and your likability because they don't want to do business with you because you just hurt their ego. All right. So what they have is good. What they have is good. Stick with this is good. This is a pretty good setup. I see why you got this, right? What I'm showing you today, this is great. This is what great looks like. This is how we can get you set up for great. And that's why great is going to cost you a little bit more at full price, right? So if that makes sense, we can get you set up. All right, thanks for stopping by. That wraps up the comparative analysis. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you're always getting the best sales training available on YouTube. Appreciate you. Love you all. Now let's go make some money.